So, right, hang on a minute. So let's have our sticks, because we haven't used sticks for a while. So we've got the roller and we've got sticks. And we're going to work on, like I said, opening this chest and upper body a bit more. And focusing on, because actually all of you guys, and I think this is the nature of when we are getting older as well, which is what I just said, the whole pretzeling up slightly. As soon as we crumble at the top, we're not able to be so vertical at the bottom. So as soon as our shoulders come round and we hunch at the top, we push out at the bottom here. And so then this joint here becomes more open. So it's harder to get that hip flexed and bring that knee into the chest because of hamstring tension and everywhere else. So if we can open up here, if I take my head down, then there's tension all down my back. So it's hard for me to then bend here forward. Whereas if I open that chest, whilst muscularly it's hard work, I have more flexibility at the bottom here. So if you just see that, if you just see as you sit here, if you hold on to the back of your legs and just pull yourself onto your middle bottom, and then if you round your chest down and try and keep yourself on that middle bottom, there becomes tension through the back of the head, through the forehead, down the back. And if you roll forward still, you get it in the back of the legs. If you let that tailbone, if you let your pelvis roll onto your tailbone, you release the tension throughout the back. So areas will give when other areas are tight. So that's why we work on the upper body. So sitting on our mats here, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. So we've got to have good mobility everywhere in order to be able to hold ourselves, and we're not fighting over our mobility. So rolling those shoulders, always going forwards, up, back and down, forwards, up, back and down, and leave those hands behind you on the floor. Pull those elbows together, push that chest forward and really arching, trying to squeeze those shoulders together, trying to keep those, so bend your elbows a bit, Jane. Yeah, so I've got my elbows bent, so lean the body back a bit, and then push off those hands, pushing that chest forward. So get your shoulders on, your arms behind you. So if I was to drill a hole through the middle of my upper arm, it would miss my spine if it went all the way through to the other arm, because my body's pushed forwards in front of my arms. My shoulder joint is here, the center of my shoulder is here, and my body is here in front of it. So I'm pushing that body forwards and popping it, squeezing those shoulder blades. So if you had hold of the shoulder blades, they'd be trying to touch each other in the back. Good. And then release those hands and take them on the legs, and then round that upper back, round that lower back, leaning forward. Breathing in, soften those knees and pull forward onto that front bottom. Push that right knee down. Push that left knee, push both knees down. And then sit up nice and tall and straight again. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down, and put the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind. And really lift, staying in column, and turn, looking round to that right hand side. Looking over that shoulder, and then coming round the other way. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind, and really lift and turn this way too. And then come back to the front. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Put the fists on the floor. Soften those elbows so they're bent. Pull those elbows together. And then in this position, lift that chest up. Yes, lift that chest up. Pulling those shoulders together. Breathing in. Fill the lungs up with air. Breathing out. Squeeze those shoulders together. And then take the hands off the floor, bring them onto those legs and roll, slide those hands forward one more time. Okay, sitting up tall and grab your roller. grabbing that roller, we're going to lean back onto those bottom ribs. So just resting here, I want you to breathe in. You're going to breathe out, and you're going to push that chest, those bottom ribs up to the sky, and let the head just fall back onto the floor so you're arched over the roller. And then you're going to bring in the chin into the chest and lift yourself back up. And then move that roller up into the bra strap area. And you're going to breathe in. And then breathe out and push that chest up to the sky. Letting your head come down to the floor, loosen that head and neck. And then bring the chin into the chest and lift yourself up. And then you're going to move the roller up a little bit higher. So I'm just going to move it one more time onto the shoulder blades, taking hold of my fingertips on the back of my head, breathing in. Breathing out, push that chest up to the sky, let that head come down to the floor. So taking a bit of the weight out of my head. Arching backwards over the roller, breathing in, breathing out, and then bring that chin back into the chest and sit myself back up. And now I'm going to move the roller back down to the middle of my back, and I'm going to take hold of my head, bend my knees up, breathing in, breathing out, let that head come down to the floor, and then pull the roller, pull the bum towards the feet so the roller goes up to the head. And then push off those feet so the roller goes down to the bottom ribs. And then pull the bum so the roller comes up to the head. And then push off those feet so it goes down towards those lower ribs. Leaning over on the left. Putting the bum towards the feet. And letting yourself go down that left-hand side. Coming back to the center. Keeping it moving in different places, leaning over onto the right-hand side. And then coming back up. And then we're going to go all the way over onto the right. All the way over onto the right-hand side. So just as you're moving the roller. So you shouldn't have to put the palm down and go onto the right. Just roll over like you're rolling pastry. And then go down that right-hand side, let that right arm go out straight. And really roll. Now rest the roller in the armpit and put the bum on the floor. Roll that body forwards and backwards. So I come forwards and backwards over the ridge of the back of the armpit. And then I'm just going to gently move the roller down the body while I'm rocking forwards and backwards. Come so the roller comes to the bottom of your shoulder blade. And you're just going to rock forwards and backwards at the bottom there. And then you're going to do the whole length through that armpit. And then going over onto the back. I'm going to take the head into that right hand, just support it. I'm going to go all the way over onto my back and take hold of the head in both hands. Really opening and lengthening, letting my body arch. So arches because the ribs push up to the sky. So my head is as near to the ground as it feels comfortable. Bum's near to the ground. And then I'm going over onto that left-hand side. All the way down through those bottom ribs. All the way up through that left armpit. And then all the way over onto the left. Go all the way down. And then rocking forwards and backwards in that armpit. Let that left arm be straight. And then gently rocking forwards and backwards and moving the roller down towards the waist. All the way down. All the way through those bottom ribs. And then rolling over onto the back. Good, and then all the way onto that back again. And then rest with the roller in the middle of the back. Take the head in the hands, breathing in. Breathing out, push those ribs up high and rest that head on the floor. Take those palms together and push those hands away from you above your head. And then if you can, push those legs away from you. And then bring the fingers up to the sky, chin into the chest and roll yourself up. So we sit up and we get off the roller. Good, lifting yourself nice and tall. Move that roller out of the way. So, roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Put those fists on the floor behind, wiggle those elbows. Pull the elbows together and then push the chest forward. Push the chest up, lifting, separating the arms. So we're trying to get the arm away from the back of the body. Pull that chin into the chest. Pull that chin right down into the chest. Turn the eyes towards the right. So they're looking to the right-hand side of your right leg. Really pull that left ear away from the left shoulder. Keep pushing those elbows behind you. Keep pulling that left ear away from that left shoulder. Pulling the chin down towards the right side of your chest. Stretching that ear away. Really lifting the ear up. Cocking the head slightly and then releasing. Bring that head back to the center. Pull the chin down into the chest. And turn the eyes towards the left. So they go to the left-hand side of that left leg. Pushing that left arm straight. Right arm straight, pushing the right ear away from the right shoulder. Keeping those eyes to the left of the left leg. Lifting that right ear away from the right shoulder. Stretching, just turning the chin a little bit. So we get a little bit of change stretch. And then bring those eyes back to the center. Lift that chest up, pull that chin down. Pull those shoulder blades together. And then release the head. Let it come up to vertical. Bring those arms all the way around in front of you. Breathing in. On the out breath, chin into the chest, roll yourself all the way down to flat. Using those tummy muscles, lower yourself slowly down to the ground. Bring the arms all the way over the head. Reaching those fingers away from the toes. Reach those fingers away. Breathing in, breathing out. Push the right hand away from the right foot. And reaching, and then push the left hand away from the left foot. Push both hands away from both feet. And then bring those arms up to the sky. And keep those arms straight up in the sky, actually. So the fingers are straight up, and then reach those fingers up high and feel that the shoulders round forwards into to the front of the body. And feel the middle of your spine pushing on the floor. Maybe the lower back's a bit arched. Breathing in on the out breath, keep those elbows straight and pull those arms down so you push those shoulder blades flat on the floor. Rolling those shoulders up to the ears, slide them down so the shoulder blades are on the floor and the middle of the upper back is lifted off the floor. The spine is pushed up from the floor. Draw that core in and lower that lower back a little bit. Now try to pull those ribs down on the ground. So that's how your back position should be. It's quite a bit extreme. But the shoulder blades flat on the floor, the middle of the spine is slightly lifted, but it's straight. And the lower back is a little bit more lifted and the spine is, the pelvis is parallel to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, push those hands up to the sky and feel that upper back press into the floor. Feel the shoulders are separated. Now keep those arms straight, pull those shoulders into the floor and lift that chest up off the floor, squeezing the shoulders together underneath. So the spine is a little bit lifted off the ground, breathing in. On the out breath, push those hands up, push that spine into the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, pull those arms, keeping them straight, driving those shoulders into the ground. Keep the shoulders back and down. Take those arms out wide on the ground, so they go out like a scarecrow. And then again, push those hands away, feel the shoulders move. And then pull those shoulders together. So we're retracting the shoulder blades. We're learning to use the muscles around the shoulder blades. Push those hands away. They won't go very far. And then slide those hands back. So my hands are probably moving about a fingernail distance. Push those hands away. Pull those shoulders back together. Bring those hands back down by the side. Keeping those shoulders back and down. Keeping the spine kind of lifted. Flatten that lower back in the floor. Keeping those shoulders in that position. Arch that lower back up. Feel how it's easier to have it arched. So now we've got to draw the tummy muscles in and keep control of that lower back. So we bring it into a neutral position. Neutral being, put the fingers on the pubic bone and on the bony bits on the outside of your pelvis. That line is horizontal to the floor. So pull those shoulder blades together. Let those fingers rest down by your side. And then bend your right knee up, bend your left knee up. So we've now got flexion in the hip joint. We're going to lift that right leg off the floor. And we're going to tap that right heel down. So we're flexing and extending the hip whilst keeping the pelvis still. Lift that right leg up. Take that right foot to the floor, keeping those shoulders open, keeping that neck long. Bring that right leg up. Tap that right leg to the floor. Bring that right leg up. Tap that right leg to the floor. So our tummy muscles are semi-engaged, but we're stabilizing from that foot. So keeping the right leg on the floor, bring the left leg up. Lower that left leg down. Keep relaxed in that neck and shoulders. Lift that left leg up. If you're moving your neck and your shoulders, you're not using your tummy muscles. Lower that left leg down. Lift that left leg up. So squeeze as if you're trying to stop yourself having a wee. Keep that neutral spine. Lift that left leg up. Lower that left leg down. Now lift both feet so that they're just touching the floor. Slide both feet away out straight. Keep that neutral spine position. Now the tension in the hip flexors will prevent you from being able to do this. That's why we do stretches. Pull that right leg in. Pull that left leg in. Lift that left leg up, lift that right leg up. Take both toes over towards the floor. Slide both feet out straight. Bring that right leg back in. Bring that left leg back in. Lift both legs up. Take both toes down towards the floor. If you find this easy, you can keep your feet a few millimeters off the ground. Extend those legs out straight, but your body's got to stay absolutely in one place. Pull that right leg in. Pull that left leg in. Lift both legs up. Breathing in on the out breath. Release and let both legs go to the ground. Straighten those legs away. Bring that left leg in, bring that right leg in and have both feet off the floor. Take hold of the knees and pull, keeping that neutral spine, pull those knees in towards your chest. So I'm keeping that neutral spine, my shoulder blades are flat on the floor. My spine is slightly lifted above those shoulders, but it's not arched, it's lifted because I pulled the shoulders like wedges under my back. Keeping these knees in, keep a slight lift on that lower back. None of you should have your lower backs touching the floor. Let those knees drop out wide, breathing in, breathing out, letting those knees drop out wide. Push those knees into those hands. I've got my hands are resting on the inner thigh, on the inside of my knee. Pushing those knees into those hands, keeping the neck long, keeping the shoulders down and back, breathing in, Breathing out, release the push, let those legs fall further apart. Push those knees against the hands. Breathing in. Breathing out, release, let those legs fall further apart. Straighten that right leg. Straighten that left leg. Push those heels away. Lengthen those legs. Let those legs come down to the floor. Bend the left leg, bend the right leg, bring those knees back together. Now hug the knees into the chest, let the back go flat, let the tailbone lift up, so we stretch that lower back. Hug those knees in again, stretching that lower back and release. Hug those knees in again, stretch that lower back, release. Let that right leg go all the way out and push it down to straight. Breathing in, pull that left leg over the body, pushing the left hand away. I need to lift my hips so that I'm in a straight line. Just lift and straighten, so my left foot, left side, my spine and my head is all in a straight line. I lift my head up and turn my eyes to the left, so my ear is in line with the spine and the tummy button and the pelvis and the foot. Turning that head left, trying to get the nose on the floor to the left. Obviously it's not going to get there, but that's what you're aiming. Pushing this left knee to the floor, following it with the left hip. Following the left hand with that left shoulder, stretching through that torso. Good. Rolling over onto my right hand side. Rolling over onto the right, take hold of this foot into the hand, breathing in, roll that shoulder up to the ear, down and back, push through that hip, lengthening, breathing in, breathing out, release and let the knee just come in line with the body. Tuck the pubic bone forward, drawing the tummy, have the breastbone, tummy button, pubic bone aligned, take hold of that foot, pull it behind you again, stretch through that hip flexor, reaching, lengthening that leg away from you and then releasing, letting go, roll back onto your back. Pulling that left knee in one more time and pulling that left leg all the way over the body. Pushing that left hand away, pushing that left knee to the floor, stretching, breathing in, breathing out, roll back onto the back, pull the left knee in, turn that left leg. Turn the left leg and just pull the left foot towards you, push that left knee away, breathing in, breathing out, release that leg, lengthen the hands over the head, push the feet away, push the right hand from the right foot, left hand from the left foot. Bring those arms to the sky, bring that right knee in towards the chest, bring that right leg all the way over the body. Push that right hand away, turning the eyes right, breathing in, breathing out. Pushing that right knee to the floor. Try to turn that right nose down to the ground on the right hand side. Pushing the right hand away, right shoulder down. Stretching through that hip and stretching through that lower back. Roll over onto that left hand side. Make sure that the front of your body is aligned, pubic bone, tummy button, breastbone. Pull that right leg behind the body. Lengthening that leg away, stretching. Stretching through that hip, pushing the foot into the hand and lengthening. Good, and then release that leg, roll back onto your back. Turn your right leg, so you're taking hold of the foot in the hand, pushing that right knee away and pulling that right foot towards you. Stretching through that glute, breathing in and breathing out. Release that right leg, take those hands over the head, reaching the fingers away from the toes, breathing in, breathing out. Bring those fingers all the way up to the sky, bring them all the way down by the side, fingers under your bum, roll those shoulders up to the ears into the floor and down. Push off the elbows and lift up onto the top of the head. pushing that breastbone high, breathing in, breathing out. Reach that chest up, squeeze those shoulders together, breathing in, breathing out. Lower that back down to the floor. Bring that left knee in, bring that right knee in. Hug the nose to the knees and release. Hug the nose to the knees and release. Holding these legs here. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift the feet away from the floor and bring the upper body up. So we're going to do one of the traditional Pilates exercises, the 100. So holding yourself here. So you've got to have your tummy here. Your lower back is in its neutral position. So we take the tailbone down to the ground, a little lift off the lower back. The bottom ribs are on the floor and the head's up. Hold behind the head if you want to just support it. Just for a second, put both hands behind the head and support the body like this. Keeping the knees above the hip. Take those hands away so we've got them on the floor here, above the floor, sorry. Roll those shoulders up to the ears into the floor. Push the fingers forwards. Breathing in. As we breathe out, we pass the hands down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We turn the hands over, we push them up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn them over, down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the hands up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands behind your head and just support your head and your neck. It's quite hard on the neck. Holding yourself long, breathing in. Take that right leg out straight and bring it back. Take that left leg out straight and bring it back. Neutral spine. Take that right leg out straight. There's a little lift on the top of the pelvis. Bring it back. Take that left leg out straight. Bring it back. Eyes looking at the sky still. Take that right leg out straight and bring it back. Take that left leg out straight and bring it back. Let the body hold itself. Take that right arm down towards and the left arm over so they're past the thighs. Breathing in on the out breath, pass down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the palms over. Push up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the palms down. Pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn them up. Pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the head in the hands again and support it. Take the right leg out straight. Bring it back. Take the left leg out straight. Bring it back. The lower you take the legs to the floor, the more challenging it is. Take the right leg out straight. Bring it back. Left leg out straight. And bring it back. So there's a small arch in the lower back, but you're not lifting and lowering the back. Take the right leg out straight one more time. And bring it back. And the left leg out straight. And bring it back. Release the head and neck onto the floor. Bring those arms down by your side. Keeping those shoulders up to the ears down. And so the shoulder blades are flat on the ground. We're going to take both feet together, toes down to the floor. Touch the toes on the floor. Imagine you're on a very, very light eggshells. Push those feet away so the legs go out straight. Keep those shoulders back and down. Keep that neck lengthened. Keep those ribs all on the ground. Keep the lower back slightly lifted. Draw those legs back into your bottom and lift those feet back up off the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, take those toes down to the floor. Slide those legs away. Lengthen the head from the toes, neutral spine. Bring those legs back in. Lift those feet back up. So you can keep your feet on the floor or you can just slide them on the floor or have them just off. Take those toes over and down to the ground. Slide those toes away and lengthen. Bring those feet all the way back into your bum and lift those legs back up. Take those toes down to the floor. Slide those legs away, keeping those shoulders back and down. Bring those feet back in. Lift those knees back up. Good, one more time. Lengthen the shoulders from the ears. Take those toes to the floor. Slide those legs away. Lengthen the body in that slide away. Feel strong. Bring those legs back in. Lift those knees back up. Take those arms all the way up to the sky. This time we're going to add the arms. So take those toes down to the floor and the hands to the floor at the same time. Lengthen those legs away. Push those feet from the hands. Make sure you stay in neutral. Don't arch that lower back. Bring those feet all the way back in. Bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Breathing in on the out breath. Take the legs and the arms down to the floor at the same time. Extend those legs away and reach the fingers away from the toes. Keep in neutral. Bring those toes all the way back in and lift those feet back up and the arms back up. Good. Take hold of the knees. Pull the knees into the chest and release. Pull the knees into the chest and release. Pull the knees into the chest. Release, take those toes down to the floor, neutral spine, arms by the side, slide those legs up. Breathing in on the out breath, chin into the chest, grab your rope if you need. Roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Keep those arms up to horizontal. So legs are on the floor, legs are out straight. Yeah, sit yourself all the way up tall, breathing in. On the out breath, slowly rolling down to flat. Slowly rolling down to flat. All the way down to flat. Bring those arms by your side. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Plant those shoulders on the floor. Bring those arms up, chin into the chest. Roll yourself all the way up. Roll yourself all the way up. Keep those arms horizontal. Good. So bending in that back for the roll, breathing in. On the out breath, lowering that back down, collapsing through that lower spine. Keep those shoulders down, collapsing through that middle spine, rounding, 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 and rest those arms by your side, chin on back of the head on the floor, breathing in. On the out breath, lift those arms up, chin into the chest, round that back. Really push the middle of that lower back into the ground to help you sit up. Keep those hands horizontal to the ground. Okay. Grab your stick. Grab your stick. So umbrella, floor mop, broomstick, roller. Or you sporty people. Lacrosse stick, hockey sticks. Okay, so sitting up tall, so I've got the stick on the floor behind me. I'm pushing off that stick and I'm lifting my chest up to the sky. Breathing in. And just in this position, pull those toes to your nose so your legs are straight. Point those toes away. Look at the middle of your feet, make them parallel. Pull those toes up above the ankle. Lift the chest up, keep those legs like that. Bring that stick up and have it in your elbows. So it's behind my back and my elbow. So it's nice and relaxed on my back, but I'm pulling my elbows back. Yeah, chest open. Lift those chests up, breathing in. If you need to soften the knees, you can. Breathe out, lean forward. Don't pull the stick against the back. Stick's loose. If you want to let your knees flop to the side, you can. So this is about your upper body coming forward onto your front bottom. Sit yourself up nice and tall and then lean backwards, keeping that chest high. Yes, good. Lean back just a little bit and then come up to vertical. And then lean forward, keeping that stick loose. So my shoulders are open. My chest is lifted. Eyes are up. Eyes up. And then lean back, keeping that stick loose. It forces you to keep your shoulders together and your chest open. Come back up to vertical and lean forwards. And then rest up vertical. Let go of the stick. Bring it round onto the front of your body. Lift your arms up. Breathing in. On the out breath, pull those elbows together behind you, touching your chest with the stick. So my elbows are shoulder height. Pull those shoulders down. Push that stick in front. Pull that stick to the chest. Lift that chest up. Push that stick forwards. Pull that stick back. Lift that chest up. Push that stick forward. Take that stick straight up in the sky above your head. Lifting the chest up. Bring that stick down behind your head. Rest on your shoulders, nice and loose. Nice and loose. So get your elbows wide if you can. Elbows wide, chest up. Good. Good. Push that stick straight up to the sky. Lift that chest up. Bring that stick down behind the back. Elbows come down. Push that stick up, straightening the elbows. Lift that chest up. Bring those hands down. Bring those elbows down. Elbows down. Open those elbows. So bring those elbows forward, holding the stick. Feel how it pulls on your neck. Take those elbows out wide behind you. That's it, elbows wide behind. Push that stick up, keeping the elbows wide behind. Bring that stick down, keeping those elbows wide behind. Good. Push that stick up and bring it over in front of you and pop it on the floor. Pop those hands either side of your bum. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Relax those legs, breathing in. And on the out breath, lifting that chest up and opening lifting the chest, opening through those armpits. And then release and let the body slump. So let your body slump, so you're in that rounded position. Breathe in. Breathe out, lift that chest up, pushing it forward. Breathe out, let that body slump back through those arms. Good, so we're moving that spine, rounding it. Lift that body up. Good, straighten those arms, eyes to the sky. Clench your bum, soften your knees a bit and lift your hips up off the floor. Good, and then lower your hips down. Bring your knees up, feet bent. Breathe in. Push off your heels, lift those hips up and come onto the soles of your feet. Good. Rock forwards over, so your knees go in front of your toes and then rock back. So we're stretching that shoulder joint. Rock forwards and rock back. Rock forwards, rock back. Jane, can you get your hips higher? Rock forwards, back. So we're stretching that shoulder joint and chest. Mum, get your bum higher if you can. Forwards, good. Back, and then lower your bum down to the ground. Push off those hands, reach them all the way down towards your feet, stretching. Breathing in. Breathing out. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Pop that left hand on the right knee, right hand behind. And then push off both hands, lift and turn. I'm staying in vertical column. Turning as far around, looking over that right shoulder as I can. And then I'm going to come back to the centre. And my right hand on my left knee, left hand behind, and lift and turn this way. Breathing in. Breathing out, come back to the centre. Pop those fingers on the floor again, pointing towards your bum. Breathing in, on the out breath, roll those shoulders back and down. Push off those fingers and lift up that chest. Breathing in. On the out breath, bend up those knees, breathing in. On the out breath, push off those heels and lift those hips up off the ground, trying to get them in line as high as your knees. Good, push your chest up, glide forwards, glide back, 3 of them. Forwards, back, 1 more, forwards, back, lower your bum, straighten your legs, bring your arms all the way around in front, breathing in, lift that chest up, reach forward over those toes, good, keeping that chest up, good, chest up, good, and leaning back, keeping those chests up, good, bringing yourself up to vertical, leaning forwards, good, chest up, mum, leaning back, good, 1 more, chest up, leaning forwards, leaning back, and then continue, go all the way down to the floor. All the way down to the floor, take your arms all the way over your head. Reaching those fingers from the toes, push that right hand far away from the right foot. Put that left hand far away from the left foot. Bring both hands up to the sky, all the way over. Tuck your fingers under your bum. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, back and down. Lift up onto the top of the head. Breathing in. Breathing out. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift that chest up high. And then lowering the back down to the floor. Bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in. Lift that tailbone up. Bring the nose to the knees. Lift the tailbone up. Bring the nose to the knees. Bring the tailbone up. Bring the nose to the knees. And then popping those feet on the floor one at a time. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, into the floor and down. Keep the feet under the under the knees. Breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum and flatten the back. Lift the tailbone up and release. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor and down. So focus on that posture of the upper back. Shoulder blades are in the floor. Spine is lifted above the shoulder blades. Lower back is slightly lifted. Now we're going to flatten that lower back and lift that tailbone up. We're not coming up into the bridge, just lifting the tailbone up and then release. So I want you to feel your shoulders staying in place. Breathing in on the out breath, clench the bum, lift, pushing that lower back into the floor and release. Breathing in on the out breath, push that back into the floor, lift the tailbone up, clench the bum. Lifting those hips all the way up into bridge, clenching the bum. So these are the muscles we use to walk. Ease that body down, 1 vertebra at a time to the floor. Keep those shoulders back and down. Put that tailbone on the ground. Breathing in, push the fingertips down towards the feet. Roll the shoulders into the floor. Flatten that lower back and just lift that tailbone only. And then release. Lift that tailbone only, keeping those shoulders relaxed, and release. Lift that tailbone up only and release. Bring that right foot off the floor. Bring that left foot off the floor. Challenging further. Flatten that lower back. Lift that tailbone up with the feet in the air and release. Keep those shoulders back and down. Lift that tailbone up and release. So we're not lifting the shoulders up as we lift the tailbone up. We're keeping them on the floor. Lift that tailbone up and release. 1 more. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that tailbone up. Release. Put the right foot on the floor. Put the left foot on the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, flatten the lower back. Lift the tailbone up. Push the heels in the floor and lift up into a bridge. Hold yourself here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Arching the back at the bottom. Breathing in. On the out breath, flatten the back. Lift the tailbone up. Push those hips up into the sky, breathing in and breathing out. Lower that body all the way down to the ground. Straighten those legs out. Breathing in, breathing out. Rolling over onto your tummy. Rolling over onto your tummy. Nice long body. Resting those hips into the floor. Resting the top of the toes on the ground. Arms down by your side. Forehead on the floor. So roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, and lift those arms up off the floor. Breathing in, clench the bum, push the pubic bone in. Draw the tummy in and lift it up, and push those bottom ribs into the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out, pass those arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, take hold of those hands together behind your back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and lift those shoulders away from the ground. Clench the bum. Lift the tummy off the floor, rest the bottom rib on the ground, breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is the same exercise that we did the other way up. We're like lifting our bum up with our feet on the floor, gliding forwards and back. We're moving that armpit, the shoulder joint, stretching it, breathing in. On the out breath, pulse those arms up for 5, tummy up, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release those arms back down by your side. Let the elbows bend, breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum, push the pubic bone into the floor, lengthen the legs and bring them off the ground, draw in the tummy. Lift that upper body up so you rest on those bottom ribs. Breathing in. On the out breath, take those arms away from the floor and bring them back on the floor. Take those arms away if we can. See if we can holding your body up with your shoulders. Release those arms on the ground. Push off the forearms and lift that upper body up so you're resting on your bottom rib. So it's clenching with the bum and pulling those shoulder blades back that holds you here. Take those arms away from the floor and rest them back on the floor. Good. Take those arms away one more time. Bring them back on the floor. Breathing in. And then release down to flat. Breathing out. Slide those hands down by the bottom. Actually, take your arms out straight. Breathing in. On the out breath, bend those knees. So clench with the, actually bring your arms back around and put them under your forehead. So to start with, we'll do the leg bend. So keeping your pubic bone pushed into the ground. Knees are bent, tummy's elevated, shoulders are back and down, forehead's resting on our hands. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring that right leg, pulse that right heel in towards the bum for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're not letting the bum lift up and down, the pubic bone lift up and down off the ground. Pubic bone stays on the floor all the time. So left leg, pulse it in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right leg in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left leg in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide those hands out wide and take hold of your feet and your hands. Clench your bum and push it into the floor. Breathing in. And if your feet are too far away, you might need to put a strap around them. Mum, keep your knees bent. You can grab hold of your, So breathing in, breathing out. Push those feet into the hands and let those knees just lift up a bit off the ground. So get the concept that your hips push your pubic bone into the floor and your knees come behind you. Release those legs. Breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum, push the pubic bone in the floor, let those knees lift up. and release. Breathing in on the out breath. Clench that bum, push the pubic bone in the floor, push the feet into the hands, lifting and release. One more. Breathing in on the out breath, push the feet into the hands, clench the bum, push the pubic bone into the ground and release. And then let those legs go out straight. Good, breathing in. So we can use the dressing gown strap around the ankle for that one. Breathing out. Breathing in. On the out breath, pop your hands down by your bottom rib and we're going to come all the way up through cobra into child pose. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Lift up onto those bottom ribs, making sure the tummy's tight and the glutes are engaged. Breathing in. On the out breath, push up onto that pubic bone. Shoulders back and down, breathing in. On the out breath, push up onto your knees. Good, shoulders back, breathing in. And on the out breath, bum in the air. And all the way back into child pose. Push those fingers forwards on the mat. Stretching through that lower back. Stretching through that back, push those hands to the left-hand side of the mat and drop the bum to the left and drop the bum right. Reaching and stretching through that right-hand side. And then walk the hands to the other side of the mat. And drop the bum left. Stretching through that left-hand side. And bring those hands back to the center. Pushing those fingers away from the body. Armpits down towards the floor, breathing in. Pull those knees apart and lift yourself up onto all fours. Lifting yourself up onto all fours. Hands are under the shoulders, middle fingers parallel. Knees are under the hips. Turn the inside of the elbows forward. Turn the tailbone down to the floor and push that back up. Stretch through that back. Push that tailbone up to the sky. Bring the belly down. Bring those eyes up. Stretch through that chin. Turn that tailbone down. Bring those eyes down. Push the back up. Turn that tailbone up. Bring that belly down. Push those eyes up. Bring yourself into neutral. Turn your left hand palm up and push that under that right arm all the way through and look under that right armpit. Trying to get that right shoulder above the left shoulder. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push off the right hand. Come back up onto all fours, but bring the left hand all the way up into the sky, turning the body to the left. Pulling that left shoulder back, stretching through that left hip. Pushing that left hand away from the right hand. And then release. Let that left hand go all the way under the arm again. Look under that armpit. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push off that right hand. Bring yourself all the way up into the sky again with that left hand. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring that arm back on the floor next to the other hand. Take that right hand, palm up, slide it through under that left arm. Look through under the left armpit. Reaching that left hand, that right hand, breathing in. Breathing out. Push off that left hand. Bring the right hand all the way up into the sky, stretching. Feel that stretch through that lower back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring that right hand all the way down and through. Looking under that left shoulder, breathing in, breathing out. Push off that left hand, bring the right hand all the way up into the sky. Breathing in, breathing out, bring that left hand all the way down through, under that arm again. And then push up and bring it all the way into the sky one more time. Really trying to get the right shoulder above the left shoulder. And then bringing that hand next to the other one. Tailbone down, back up, eyes down. Tailbone down, belly up, sorry, belly down, eyes up. Pull those shoulder blades together. Come into neutral and walk your knees forward so that you sit yourself down on your mat. Pop your legs out straight in front and bend your knees a bit. Put your hands under the back of your legs. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back, and pull yourself forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Lift that chest up high. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. So remember how you were on the floor. Pulling those shoulder blades together behind your back, popping your spine forwards and away from your shoulder blades. Resting on that middle bottom. Take those hands all the way out wide, all the way up to the sky. Bringing them all the way behind you again in a big circle. Dust the floor, bring them up in front of you, all the way to the sky, all the way around, keeping that chest up. Get those shoulder joints nice and big and working. Bring those arms all the way up high, so like we do when we lie on our side on the floor, all the way down with those arms. All the way up in the sky, leave them up there, pop the hands together, touch the forehead with your thumbs, breathing in. Breathing out, push those heels away, push those hands to the sky, lengthen your body, big breath in. Big breath out, reach those arms all the way out wide, rest them on your legs, and roll your shoulders. Good.